Welcome. This is Lessons in History with Roger Weston. Uh, you know, it's tragic to hear about the fate of children in war-torn areas, especially when they lose their parents. And this brings up a story in that took place back in World War II, where in the Netherlands, uh, the Nazi-occupied Netherlands, a woman named Cornelia Blau was a social worker, a child welfare worker in a care center where she took care of children. And she was known to hide Jews in her apartment on occasion. And so the Dutch underground people came to her in one case and they said, look, we've got these parents. And the parents explained to her that they felt they were strong enough to go to the labor camp and survive because they were a young couple. And so they had a 6 month old baby boy, and they said, all right, let's go ahead and, I'm sorry, that's a 6 week old baby boy. Let's go ahead and, if you could hold on to the baby boy, and give it back to us once we survive and get back out of labor camp. They thought they were going to go to work for a while and then get out. And so Cornelia agreed to do this, putting herself at risk, of course, because she's taking on a Jewish baby, which is considered illegal under the Nazi occupation. But she did it, and the parents, unfortunately for them, they were sent to uh, Sobibor death camp. Sobibor death camp was where 34,000 Dutch Jews were sent, and within hours, right away after they arrived, they were simply burned alive. 34,000 of them. There were only about two dozen that even survived this horror, uh, this man-made hell at Sobibor death camp. And so the now, of course, the little boy Nico, the 6 week old baby, is maybe he's 3 years old now. In any case, his he no longer has any parents because they're gone. They weren't among the 2 dozen survivors, and so Cornelia was fine. She was gonna just continue to raise the boy as her own. Then her and her roommate decided they wanted to go on vacation. Another woman named Eliza, whom she lived with, they decided they wanted to take a little vacation. So they decided to go to a farm region. By the way, let me just show you a picture here of Cornelia Blau, just to give you an idea of who this woman was. There you go. That's Cornelia Blau. And so they go on vacation, but they left the little boy Nico, the little child, with a friend in a daycare center. As it turned out, though, the Nazis decided to, they had heard rumors that maybe some Jews were being hidden in these daycare centers. So they raid this daycare center and they check the papers on all these kids, and it turns out that this little boy Nico doesn't have papers, and so they suspect immediately that he's a Jewish uh, an illegal Jew who needs to be sent to his death. Probably send him to Sobibor. So anyway, the daycare owner somehow sends an urgent alert to Cornelia on vacation. She rushes back, confronts the Nazis, and says, "Look, this is my boy. There's a mistake," and they don't believe her. And the obvious reason is, for one thing, she doesn't have papers, which doesn't make sense. And she has contrived a story. She tells them that, yes, well, the reason she doesn't have papers is because actually this baby was born out of wedlock, because of a situation she was involved in, where she became a single mother by having sex with a Nazi, one of the occupying Nazis in uh, the Netherlands at that time, and that she didn't register. She didn't get a well. I mean, her roommate was one of those people who deliver. What do you call those people who deliver babies? A nursing mother, a nursemaid. That's it, a nursemaid. Her roommate was a nursemaid, and so she said, "Look, my roommate delivered her, and I didn't want to bring scandal upon myself. That's why we don't have a birth certificate for this baby, and we don't have proper papers." And so they didn't. They were skeptical about this, and they grilled her for 24 hours overnight. They grilled her nonstop. Finally, she convinced them that she was the legitimate mother. And so at that point, the Nazis lectured her about her morals, uh, that she needed to clean up her morals, that she had done, become a single mother in the way she had with this other Nazi. So, but as it turned out, she got the boy back. She did raise the boy, and he went on uh, to go to college in Israel. And so that's the end of the story about Cornelia Blau. So thanks for listening. This is a good example of how we're here to help each other. And sometimes we have to step out and get out of our comfort zone to help somebody else when we can. And if Cornelia Blau could do it, then so can we when the day and time arises. So thanks for watching. Fight on, and God bless.